Hello viewers, the episode opens with a familiar scene in the Cooper McAllister household. Everyone has gathered for dinner, plates steaming on the table, but once again a chair remains noticeably empty. Connor McAllister, played by Dougie Baldwin, is missing, just as he was the previous night. It is clear to everyone that he is still reeling from the breakup with Chloe, and the atmosphere at the dinner table reflects that quiet concern. Although no one openly says it at first, the family's glances toward Connor's absent seat make their worry obvious. Georgie Cooper, Montana Jordan, who has become something of an older brother figure to Connor, breaks the silence. With the kind of casual confidence he always carries, he tells the family not to overthink it. He insists that after the meal he'll go check on Connor and make sure he's okay. Audrey McAllister, Rachel Bay Jones, Connor's mother, immediately follows up by asking what exactly Georgie plans to say to her son. It's a reasonable question, considering the emotional mess Connor has found himself in. Georgie, being Georgie, admits he has absolutely no idea what he's going to say. He shrugs it off as if it's not a big deal and reminds them all that thinking carefully before speaking has never been his strong suit. Mandy McAllister, Emily Osment, sitting right beside him, jumps in with some advice that sounds half serious and half playful. Whatever he does, he should avoid saying anything negative about Chloe. Breakups can be messy, and she suggests that even if Connor and Chloe seem finished now, there is always the possibility they might reconcile later. Audrey immediately counters this point from the opposite side, telling Georgie he shouldn't go too soft either. No overflowing compliments about Chloe, because that could make Connor feel worse or confuse him even more. Caught between two women giving him conflicting instructions, Georgie stands by the one thing he believes he does know. He's been dumped before, more than once, and he understands how crushing that emotional punch can feel. He says this openly, not in a self-pitying way, but as a sign that he genuinely empathizes with Connor. Mandy responds by reminding him jokingly, and a little pointedly, that she married Georgie and even had a baby with him, so his past heartbreaks are ancient history. Her tone implies, if she chose him, surely Connor can move on from Chloe too. After dinner, Georgie keeps his word. He dishes up a plate of food, marches to Connor's room, and knocks on the door. When Connor cracks the door open just enough to take the food, he immediately tries to shut it again, clearly wanting to be left alone. But Georgie, stubborn and big-hearted as usual, wedges himself inside before the door can close. He refuses to let Connor hide indefinitely. Trying to break the tension, Georgie begins telling a story about one of the times he'd been dumped, thinking that sharing his own emotional disasters might help Connor feel less isolated. Connor listens silently, but it's obvious something is building up inside him. He finally seems ready to open up, starting to speak, but then stops abruptly and says, "Hold on." He gets up, opens the door again, and standing there unexpectedly is his mother, Audrey. The timing could not have been worse. The moment becomes too awkward for everyone, and within seconds, we cut to a new scene, Connor and Georgie sitting together in Georgie's truck. The boys have relocated, perhaps to escape Audrey's hovering concern or simply to give Connor more space to talk freely. Sitting in the dimly lit truck, Connor finally lets out everything he has been holding back. He explains that things between him and Chloe had been going well, better than he realized, until the moment she thought she might be pregnant. That possibility completely shifted how she looked at him. Instead of seeing him as a passionate but struggling musician with a dream, she suddenly viewed him as someone who lacked direction and stability. Connor talks about how deeply that hurt him. He insists that it's not just that Chloe doubted him, it's that he feels she doesn't even have her own life figured out. Georgie listens intently, nodding at the right moments, validating Connor's feelings without judgment. He tells Connor he has every right to be upset, that what he's feeling is normal, even expected, after such a breakup. Feeling emboldened by Georgie's support, Connor says he wants to call Chloe to tell her exactly what's on his mind. Georgie quickly discourages him, warning that calling Chloe in the heat of heartbreak usually leads to words you can't take back. To drive his point home, Georgie repeats the kind of ill-advised statements he might have said to an ex in a moment like this, making Connor realize just how bad the call could go. After some convincing, Connor reluctantly agrees not to call her. Don't forget to like, share and comment on our channel Bullseye Movies.